Welcome into Tapping Vegas. We're breaking down UFC Noche today. Shout out to last week's winner of our Tapology group. If you want to join us over on Tapology, maybe you guys can make the overlay for next week's video. Was our boy Patrick, man, MMA Judge Analyzer.
Yeah, congratulations, Patrick. You and I were neck and neck until the very last fight, and you said you wouldn't speak to me again if I won again. So out of the kindness of my heart, man, I'll let you have one this week. What can I say?
Oh, that was nice of you, Bobby.
I value our friendship, man. So
hey, your boy, the one of the members of the show, is back in the lead for all-time percentage leader.
Oh, look at you.
It took a while to get back. I'm telling you, 61.5. We have been calling them pretty good, Bobby. We've been calling them pretty good. UFC Noche, not as and if you guys saw the Twitter post and you see I called this like a loaded card or something like that. Not super loaded. Definitely not last year's UFC Noche, which was at the Sphere. Bobby, do you know where this fight's at this year?
This fight is live, local, and late breaking from the Trap House because of Cedricus Dumas coming to you live from the dog kennel. No, let me try to figure that out right quick though. We ain't in the dog kennel though. UFC's terrible about like letting you know what it is nowadays. It's like, where is this? Oh, right. San Antonio. Here we go. Crossbank Center, San Antonio.
Okay. All right, so yeah, definitely not going to be like the Noche we had last year. We also had Marab and
Sugar Sean.
Sugar Sean, thank you. How could I forget Sugar Sean? But yeah, it was before everybody was completely on board the Marab train. But you know what? We have another hyped prospect in this fight, especially the main fight. We'll get into him, Jean Silva, at the end of this show because we said the best for last, right? We do break down 5 fights for you guys, giving you our favorite picks for this upcoming card. And thank you to our friends over at DraftKings. If you guys go to our website, bettergreen.com, you guys can get some free promos there, up to $300 in free bets right now, just by placing a $5 bet. Once again, that's on our website, bettergreen.com. Bobby, you ready to get into the first one?
Let's dive in. Street Beefs. Are you ready? No, I'm just kidding. This is Cedricus Dumas, and you got him going up against Zachary Reese. Absolutely terrible fight. 2 disgusting fighters who I have absolutely no faith in. I think they're both absolutely not UFC caliber, unfortunately. The tribe has spoken. Get your asses off the island is what needs to be happening, but unfortunately it's not. So instead, we're just watching Jimmy and Timmy have a fight from South Park here. Nobody's really winning. So Zachary's 31, 6'4", 77-inch reach. You got Cedricus Dumas. He stands about 6'3", 30 years of age. His reach is nobody cares because he's going to get his ass kicked. So, yeah, there's not much to say about this fight. It's a disgusting fight. I don't know why Cedricus Dumas is still in the UFC. He has an extensive criminal history involving allegations of battering, various women, things of that nature.
He's never lost against a woman, though. Undefeated.
Right, undefeated there. Good point. Put him in women's strawweight, and we'll see who's coming out of the lion's den in about a year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you feed him to the wolves, he'll come back leading the whole damn pack. So you got his extensive history with that. Plus, I mean, his debut, gets a guillotine choked on a Contender Series. Loses his official UFC debut, his first UFC fight. Coincidence, karma, by guillotine choke. Wins a contract by guillotine choke, loses his debut by guillotine choke. Beats Cody Brundage, that's not doing anything for me. Beats Abu Azaitar, not doing anything for me. Loses to Nursultan Ruzabov by TKO. Beats Dennis Tulian, not doing anything for me. And just lost to Michel Olajaychek by TKO, which shout out to Olajaychek for late career resurgence on the verge of getting cut. Goes over to the Fighting Nerds, humbles himself, losing to a member of that team, and goes over there to train and looking like a whole new fighter. So kudos to him. But yeah, Dumas just isn't doing it for me. Zach Reese, another guy you just have no idea what you're going to get. How do you lose to Cody Brundage in 2023 beat Julian Marquez, beat Jose Medina. No shame in losing to Azamat Bakayev. It's decent. It's a good sign that you can beat Dusko Turdovic, but it's not moving the needle for me either. So all this to say, I have more faith in Reese, but it's not by much. It's not saying a whole lot. I just think his striking's a lot better. He is primarily a Muay Thai guy. Dumas just looks lost in every facet of the game. He looks lost grappling. He was supposed to be a good striker, but I guess when you're not a woman, it's just not as effective because it looks like he's just stuck in sand. Looks like he's not stringing anything together. It's just like, I don't know, like a player disconnecting the controller, batteries going dead, and just finally getting the batteries back in, and you just press A. Maybe, 50 seconds later, you press B. Then you hit them with an X, but it's just one single shot thing, just over and over again. Just looks absolutely terrible. And I mean, the odds makers, seem to view it the same way. Reese, pretty heavy favorite, minus 238. Dumas, plus 195. I tend to agree with that. I don't think, though, that KO TKO from Reese is that tantalizing because it's only plus 120.
Right.
What I do like, though, what I like a whole lot is Reese by decision at plus 750. Because this fight's either going to be a decision or it's going to be a KO TKO. And me personally, I think I am going to go with Zach Reese decision at plus 750. Because, sure, he could TKO Dumas. But I also thought he could have TKO'd, Dusko Turdovic. I also thought he could have TKO'd Jose Medina. And, dude looked like he had some power in his fist. But now we're starting to, his last finish was June 2024. Not that long, but starting to be a little bit concerning because, if we had to go back even farther, it would have been 2023. And that's just starting to make me a little bit hesitant to think that he's going to finish Dumas. Dumas might just do enough over 15 minutes to survive because Olajejek's a powerful guy. And like I say, it does look like a whole new fighter. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go Reese decision. What do you think?
I agree with you that I think Reese is a side here. It seems like he makes some stupid decisions sometimes, and that's what ends up ending his fights with a loss. But I don't think Cedric is going to be able to do anything to Reese. I really don't. I think Reese is just more solid, more skilled. So if you took the decision, I think I'll take the KO to cover our bases. If it gets the sub, that sucks. But I think if we double team it like that, I think that's the way to go for this fight.
You read my mind. It's exactly what I was thinking.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And, the ABL, the heavyweight fight last week, we took the guy who was fighting Tybura. We took his opponent in the under, cashed both of those in the ABL. Yeah, so that was not on the show, but make sure you guys are following us on everything.
That was Anti-Delija.
Yes,
Anti-Delija. My auntie from another mother.
And so, I'm not going to touch this fight today, but the Tatiana Suarez fight is what I'm kind of looking at right now. So make sure you guys are following us everywhere on all of our socials so you guys get access to all of our plays. Bobby, the next fight we said we're going to break down is Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. It's so hard not. I mean, Kelvin Gastelum right now, minus 245 favorite. I really like Gastelum in this fight. If you're looking back at that fight against Piver, it might be crazy to some people, but I felt like he won that fight. And you and me were both on Piver. And I like Piver. And he dominated the first round. And then second, he started really slowing down. And that's really, it depends on who you give that second round to. Because the third round, Gastelum won that third round. So it's just a matter of who you'd give the second to. I actually gave it to Gastelum, and I was furious because I think we were on Piver KO for that one. Looked like he had it in the first, but Gastelum's just he's got a granite chin, so I'm gonna go Gastelum here. I don't. Do you trust him to get the KO, or should I just stay safe and do the minus 245?
You're scaring me here, man. It's hard to justify Gastelum as this heavy of a favorite against anybody in the year of our Lord 2025.
I know, but he's better than Stoltzfus, though.
Man, this is another fight where I just don't feel comfortable with either guy.
Money lines.
Money line?
I think I'm just gonna do Gastelum money line here.
What else do we have here for Gastelum? What are the other odds for the man looking like?
Let's
Because I
see.
mean,
We
you're
can
not
get.
making money off the guy, off the little refrigerator.
I know, like a
Yeah,
damn
it's not a
refrigerator
mini.
grew legs. Plus
Yeah.
200 KO, plus 140 decision, plus 1600 sub. He's not getting the sub.
I mean,
And
if
even
you're
if he
gonna
did
pick something,
Stoltzfus by decision, because I don't think he knocks out Gastelum, that's only plus 300. All of these suck.
yeah, I could. Man, damn. Um,
We hedged in the one what we hedged in something last week, and it ended up working out for us because it was either we end up coming out as a plus 300 and like a plus 160, something like that. And the way we put our units on it was we either come out with plus 1 or plus zero point 0.6 units, and it worked out in our favor. So maybe we can do that again. The Gastelum decision plus 140, and then somebody takes KO plus 200. But then we're both on methods for Gastelum, and if you're not sold on him, then that's kind of scary. That could just be a 2-unit loss.
I mean, you gotta put the meat on the table. I'll roll with you because we're intelligent little guys, and we've made some pretty swell moves lately. Before, you know what I'm saying, Chief? We
I get
usually
it.
end up being strategic and putting ourselves right where we need to be in position. So, yeah, I'll go KO TKO if you go decision. I absolutely hate it,
Okay.
but I mean, Stoltzfus, God, dude, I thought he had been better early in his career and he just started to like decline, but no, he got his contender series contract and then promptly lost the first 3 fights. Didn't finish in 2 of those 3, and then he won 1 fight, lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won 1, lost 1. Actually, going off that, dude, that's back to 2022. He's due for a win. He's literally been win loss, win loss, win loss. He's due for one. He's due for one, man. He's got to keep that green, red, green, red, green, red. He's got to keep the pattern.
Are you
Or do you
switching?
think I just don't know why he's still in the UFC, man. I thought he was doing.
That's the
I
issue.
remembered it way different because I had a lot of hype for him coming off the contender series, and I thought like his 3rd fight he started to skid, but no, dude's been perfect win loss, win loss, win loss, alternating going back to July 2022. Sure, I'll still stay on Gastelum, but I tell you what, buddy, if Gastelum doesn't come through with this, why I hold on.
Oh, man. If he doesn't, I'm going to be shocked. I would be shocked about that. Actually, and let me pull up something real quick over here. I have the betting odds for these. I want to get that pulled up.
Yeah, what are people saying? What are the folks at home saying? What's the masses saying?
Let's see. The folks
Where's
at
the
home
money?
are like that.
Follow the money. What's Vegas saying? What are the folks at home saying?
All right. We have. So for the Reese fight, 79% of bets, 65% of the money. At minus 238, that seems about right. You get a little bit of sharp money on the underdog. That's almost how it always is.
Right. Nothing crazy.
Hey, Dusko, though, we were just talking about him. 83% of bets, 92% of the money at minus 395 for Dusko.
And he lost.
I know, right?
Got pushed in.
All right, 75% of bets on Gastelum, but 48% of the money. So that's a 27% sharp money coming in on Stoltzfus. That's a lot. Oh, crap.
Yeah, it's tough, man. He's due. He's due, bro. This is his win. It's his dub.
Are you switching? Are you switching to Stoltzfus? And then I'll take Gastelum KO. We'll both be on a plus 200.
I love it. It's exactly what's happening.
Okay.
Because, I mean, he's got to KO him. His boxing's his best attribute because his wrestling he hasn't used in forever, and he got manhandled by Sean Brady. It's his only chance because if anybody's going to wrestle, it's going to be Stoltzfus, and Stoltzfus is a pretty damn good wrestler, and he'll just manhandle him like Brady.
Yeah.
So he's got to throw hands because Stoltzfus is not a good striker. He's not the boxer Kelvin Gastelum is.
Okay, so that will put us on officially for the graphic. You on the Stoltzfus money line at plus
Plus
200,
200.
and then I'll be on Kelvin Gastelum also at an even plus 200. Kelvin Gastelum to KO.
Sounds good to me. Because he's either going to get a KO or a decision. He's not getting a sub. He will get
No.
subbed. But Stoltzfus is either going to win by decision or maybe KO. But I don't think he'll actually sub. He's not that type of wrestler.
No.
He'll control time it.
Hey, let's talk about the next one, man. You take down Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon, dude.
Yeah, this is a good fight. Hoffa, I was watching tape on Hoffa. I really like his Combate Americas tape. I like how he pressures forward. I like how he walks guys down. That's one of the best things to do in MMA that guys struggle with, even at the highest level, is their awareness of the octagon and their awareness of being backed up in a straight line to it. And that's really great that Rafa Garcia is able to do that to so many opponents. Just, intelligent pressure, not reckless. Walk them down to the cage, get them pinned there before they realize what's up. Pop, pop, pop. Do your thing. Walk out with a pocket full of cash. Jared Gordon, though, man, no slouch. No slouch. I like Jared Gordon, but Rafa Garcia beat Vince Pichel this past March, and it doesn't really move it for me. Yep. Grant Dawson lost to Grant Dawson. No shame there. Grant Dawson's a dark horse. I really like him in the division. No laurels for beating Clay Guida in 2023. It's not 2008, dog. ISR Mahashate. Drakkar Close. It's pretty bad. You lose to Drakkar Close. Jesse Ronson's not even in the UFC anymore. Nathan Levy. It's been around for a while. Since 2021. Doesn't seem like very long, but the guy's had quite a few fights in the UFC already, so good on him for staying active. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You got Jared Gordon coming off the KO TKO with Thiago Moises, very good win. Moises just not that long ago, a few years ago, was probably top 15, top 20 of the division. Lost to Nasrat Hakparast. No shame there. Nasrat's pretty good. The KO over Mark Madsen was beautiful. I believe we covered that fight and called that, which was pretty dope. And then obviously first man to arguably beat Paddy Pimblett in the UFC, right? Paddy Pimblett in the UFC still undefeated, but that Jared Gordon fight was very, very contentious. And a lot of people had that scored for Jared and not Paddy. So,
right.
Yeah, odds on this. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to be because I think I'm rolling with my boy Jared. Never can count him out. Always the guy who's going to bring it, not really like a master of anything, but just really good at everything, just good enough at it to where it always gives you trouble. It's always a fit to prepare for. And I don't disagree with these odds. Jared Gordon, minus 245. Rafa Garcia is a plus 200. I'm taking Jared Gordon. A lot of people think it's going to be by decision. That's why it's at minus 150. I might come back to this for KO, TKO since it's at plus 650. But for now, I think I'll just play it safe at the Jared Gordon money line. What do you think?
I think I have to, too. Because I want to take Jared Gordon decision. That just feels like exactly what's going to happen. So right. I agree with everything you said, Bobby. He's been on the wrong side of some decisions, so it feels like he's kind of due. But if you get a decision at minus 150 and a money line at minus 245 in a fight like this, it just doesn't make sense to get less than 100 cents off of it. You get minus 245 versus minus 150.
Right.
Make it plus 150 and then we can talk. But if you're still getting a minus bet, that just seems like bad math. So I'm with you. Jared Gordon money line. We're not going to make a lot off that one, but Vegas isn't letting us.
Yeah, that's just they just gotta protect themselves from us. When you see us walking down, you keep that Peter Grippin on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. 84% of bets, 54% of money, minus 245 for Gordon. But like when we start seeing these almost 50-50 splits, it is public. We're definitely on the public side of Jared Gordon, but they'd much rather pay out 54% at minus 245 than 46% at plus 200.
Right. 100%.
So, 16% of people betting on Hoffa. I also don't think there's a lot of money on this fight because I think it's just the way Vegas is putting these odds. There's not a lot of ways to make money, so people are just kind of avoiding this one completely. Is my thought process on how this pot's probably split.
Yeah, this is a very all these fights we've covered so far are very tough. This one's tough because Jared Gordon's really good and should win, but you're like, is he going to get screwed if it goes to decision? Hoffa might do enough. And then Reese and Dumas, it's just both like, they're both just so terrible. And then Gastelum Stoltzfus, it's like both guys are going to be cut. They're both in danger. How's it going to shake out? It's just a tough one.
Right. It doesn't get any easier because right next we have Rob Font versus David Martinez. Bobby, I'm going to keep this one pretty short on my side. I'm going to go with the veteran. I think Rob Font minus 115. And part of the reason is you're looking at this 50-50% money split, like exactly 50-50 on these guys. 43% of bets on Martinez, 57% on Rob Font. Once again, Rob Font's the favorite, minus 115. If you're going to pay out, Vegas would rather do the 50% at the worst odds. So, this one, I really don't have a good feeling either way. I'll just take Rob Font on that experience edge. What do you think?
Yeah, Rob Font's been, kind of having another late career resurgence. He was looking a little skittish, sliding down in the division for a little bit. But, I mean, hey, he just beat Gene Matsumoto, a guy I had, a little bit of hype as another dark horse in that division coming along. Handed him his first loss ever, I believe, because, 17-1 after that fight. Pretty impressive, dominant decision victory, heavy striking based with that boxing that he has. Kyler Phillips was another guy. Could have been, contender, potentially top 10, 15 guy in the division, beat him. So definitely does a lot for your mental to be, going toe-to-toe with these young, up-and-coming guys trying to make a name off you, and you're able to kind of hold the gate and be like, nah, you're not making a name off me. No shame in losing to Figgy. When Figgy moved up to bantamweight, no shame in losing to Sandhagen. Both of those happened in 2023. Both of those guys very good in the division. Let's see, Damian Martinez. I'll check him out right quick. I mean, David, excuse me, not Damian. David Martinez, yeah. Simon Oliveira, his debut this past March. Nothing crazy there. So we got to see what's going to happen. Very young in his UFC career. This is a big ask. In your second overall UFC fight, to me, I agree. Given a crafty guy, like you mentioned, Rob Font, with that boxing that he has, that great striking, that decent takedown defense, putting up a guy, he's just beat two, decent young guys looking to make a name off of them. It's put up or shut up for Martinez. I think I'm with you, especially since you're getting Rob Font at a pretty decent money line at minus 115, I believe you said. I like that a lot. Let me double check that I'm not getting any. Yeah, this is a pick 'em. That's fair. Yeah. I feel like because it's the youth and it's the, do you believe your own hype? And I want to make a name off of them versus the hell no, you're not going to make a name off me. The self-belief, the striking, the takedown defense, all that. You're not really getting anything crazy unless you go with Rob Font, KO, TKO. I think that's a bit excessive, so I'm just going to roll money line as well.
Yeah. Hey, let's get into this main fight, man. Also, I want everybody to stick around. After the main fight, we do break down the haymaker for the card, which is our big plus odd play. And then, Bobby, I have to apologize to you. I did cut the episode before I let you give out your sixth pick, which is something we're going to be doing when we do these lives. If people tune in to the lives, then you guys are going to get an extra play versus the episode that we published. So, Bobby, did your bet hit last week and I just accidentally cut you off and you weren't able to talk about it?
I'll be honest with you, man. I remember I gave one, but I don't even remember what it was. Yeah. So well, I don't even know.
That's fine. We'll get to the end, and then there's definitely one I'm eyeballing. If there's one you're eyeballing too, we'll talk about it. So, but let's talk about this main fight, man. Diego Lopes versus Jean Silva. I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, this is very interesting, especially considering what happened last week. I mean, this was always a great fight, one of the best matchups you could make in the 145-pound division, but all the more interesting because we just saw not one but two fighting nerds lose in pretty emphatic fashion last week. We saw Huffy lose, which I did not think Huffy would lose. We did correctly say, though, that Baralao would lose. We did predict that. So we were right about that. Did not see Huffy being the guy to also lose, though. That was shocking to me.
Went down easy, man.
Yeah, like just instantly pressured, had nothing to do. He's classic example in that fight of I can do everything when I'm the hammer, but when I'm the nail, I am clueless. And that was very shocking to see. That's something that's going to take a lot of work and a lot of training to be able to fix that mentality, because sometimes guys never fix that. Jeremy Stevens. But anyway, yeah, John Silva's always been my least favorite of the fighting nerds. I don't care what you think about Bryce Mitchell. The fact that he beat Bryce Mitchell so emphatically, yet still goes out of his way to talk about Bryce Mitchell negatively, just rubs me the wrong way. Like, how are you a sore-ass winner? Yes, the dude needs a different gym. He needs to stop training by beating up pig carcasses, hanging up, that he's processing and whatnot in his front yard. But, like, dude, you beat him. Come on now. Like, just let it go. It's starting to look like you're just picking on the weak kid now. It's just stupid. But anyway, Diego Lopes, man, I think I'm surprised with everything that's going on with Huffy losing, with Baralao losing, that you're still getting plus money on Diego Lopes right now. That's what's most shocking to me, and I plan on fully taking advantage of that. I plan on opening up somebody's prison wallet in Vegas behind the desk on this one. Because how are you still counting out Diego Lopes right now? The only thing I can possibly think of is one of his recent losses to Volkanovski back in April, his most recent loss. You're really holding that against him? I mean, beat Ortega, beat Ige, beat Sabatini, beat Gavin Tucker, lost to Movzar. He's only lost to the elite of the elite in that featherweight division at 145 pounds. Movzar, easy title contender if it wasn't for the pulling out and not everything else going on. And then Volkanovski, the former fucking champion. Come on. Make it make sense. John Silva has to deal with, all right, increased pressure. It's a main event. And both my key members of this gym, my teammates, exposed, for lack of a better word. Maybe that's too much, but emphatic losses. There wasn't really much close about that.
No.
And so now you're putting the whole gym on your back, and you're facing all this pressure. And now before, where you were the guy going into all these fights like you did against Bryce Mitchell, you had the mental edge over Bryce Mitchell. You had the fans on your side. Everything was going your way. Is he going to fold like Huffy? Is he going to be the guy that once he starts getting pressured? I think Diego Lopes can pressure him. Diego Lopes is a wild man with his striking. He's a very pressure-forward, walk-him-down guy. Comes out, power in his hands, overwhelms you quick. I see it going kind of like Huffy's loss. I think Diego Lopes comes out. He's like, no, you're not marching me down. I'm marching you down. Starts standing and banging with John Silva. John Silva folds. I just don't think he's got it, and I don't normally like to talk about fighters in this way, but John Silva just comes across with that, like, bully mentality, that, like, pick on you mentality, and I just don't appreciate that, man. I just don't think, not even from a technical standpoint or whatever, I just don't think that you put somebody like that up against somebody when he's had all these advantages, as I mentioned. He's never had to deal with the mental adversity. He's never had to deal with the fans booing him. He's always been the one cheered and all this. I think it's going to be split, or it's going to be in favor of Diego Lopes. And I just think he's going to crack under the pressure. He's not going to be able to shoulder the rest of the team on his back, and he's not going to be able to pick out the win. And I think Diego Lopes is probably going to finish him. It's over 5 rounds. He's a good striker, but I don't count that Bryce Mitchell sub as anything crazy indicative of his grappling, because he clubbed and subbed Bryce, and Bryce was already just out of it. And it's also a strength thing. Everybody and their mom is stronger than Bryce Mitchell. That's why he needs a real strength and conditioning program. But John Silva I just don't think it's going to happen. I just really don't, especially when I'm getting Diego Lopes at plus money, and people are still counting out Diego Lopes because he lost to Volkanovski, which I feel like that's all it is. He lost to Volkanovski, and now you think he's shot. And so I'm going to take advantage of it because it's too good to pass up. I mean, yeah, you got plus 195, minus 238 for Jean Silva. You got KO TKO plus 700. Get real. Get real. You're letting somebody get a plus 700 off Diego Lopes KO TKO. You're letting a 550 decision, a plus 700 sub. We've tried burning the money. We've tried burying the money. We're about to just give it all away. What's your thoughts?
You kept talking about this fight being like Huffy. I feel like this fight's a lot like the Kai Barajo fight that we saw. It's the main event. There's one guy that is better, well-rounded fighter, and he's the underdog. And then we have the hyped-up striker from the Fighting Nerds across from as the hyped-up favorite. I agree with you completely. Diego Lopes, I don't need to take any method at plus 195. I'm almost getting him at plus 200. Seems like a joke. And
Right.
The Jean Silva, his best win is against Bryce, right?
It probably is Bryce because, I mean,
Bryce
if
Dober.
you're talking about best name, it's not Melsik Bagdasaryan, and it's not Drew Dober. It's not Drew Dober. It's not Charles Jourdain, and that's it.
It's got to be
it.
Bryce.
That's the best ranked guy.
Diego beat the tar out of what's his name? Ortega. And then he lost to Volk. Okay. Volk's one of the best of all time at that weight class. So you're telling me that I'm getting him at almost plus 200 odds against Jean Silva. Maybe Jean Silva knocks him out. Okay. This also kind of feels like last Noche, doesn't it? Sean O'Malley. Favorite coming in. I believe he was a favorite, wasn't he? He was a favorite.
He was heavy favorite.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think people finally realized.
Did it had switched before kickoff or before the fight?
Yeah, the first fight we got Merab at huge plus money. The second fight, I believe people smart got a little.
That's what I'm saying for the first fight. Because that was the Noche fight. This is the same as last year Noche. We had the striker that I thought was going to win, and then the more well-rounded guy won. So, yeah. Right. Diego Lopes again, man. Money line.
Yeah, I'm going to do Lopes money line as well.
Okay. Bobby, what are you doing for the Haymaker today?
Yeah, the Haymaker's a tough one. I'm going to revisit some fights right quick because I might just go right back to Lopes. But let's see. Let's see what we're going to do here. Because I don't feel that confident about Reese Dumas.
Yeah.
Do not feel that confident about Gastelum and Stoltzfus. Font Martinez might not be bad, but I mean,
you're probably not going to get great odds, I believe, with those. It's such a close fight.
Right.
Plus 650 Font KO, plus 2,000 Font submission.
Yeah, I'd only go KO TKO, and I don't feel that strongly about it either.
Yeah.
So now we're down to Jared Gordon and Garcia. Let me check that one out. Yeah, I don't feel that's. Yeah, I'm going back with Lopes. What happens if I do KO sub double? Does that still come out pretty decent?
Let's see. KO sub double plus 380.
That's it. Haymaker.
All right. Diego Lopes, KO sub plus 380 Haymaker. There you go. You have it here, folks.